Well, hey, good afternoon to everybody. This is Wednesday. This is June the 7th, already 1 week into June of 2023. And interestingly, I graduated from high school on this day 27 years ago. In 1996, June 7th, 1996, I graduated from high school 27 years ago. Fast forward 27 years. And Stephen, what do we have going on today? Actually, I've been gone all morning. I know it's probably been very irritating to Stephen. It's right after about 12 o'clock. I've been gone this morning, and Katie's running around taking care of some things, and Katie's got just a little bit of groceries, and also I went to my TOPS meeting today. And TOPS is T-O-P-S, taking off pounds sensibly. And I came home and told Stephen right away, I have officially lost 50 pounds since last May. Officially. Today I clocked in or weighed in at 190. And I was 240 last May, and I'm 190 pounds today. And so I was in my meeting this morning, my TOPS meeting, taking off pounds sensibly, and I am so excited that I have lost 50 pounds since last May. But anyway, I've been gone with that, and Stephen has been laboring all morning on the truck. And so I haven't been able to catch, that's what happens, I haven't been able to catch a lot of things on video. And sadly, I can't follow him around 24/7. And I can't capture everything. So, Stephen, while I was gone, tell me what you were able to accomplish while I was gone, and what's going on now.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, go away.
What? That's no way to talk to our audience.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you refer back to a few videos, and if you have not kept up with the videos, I've had an oil leak on the front of the truck ever since I bought the truck. That's, I've been able to deal with that. But I came up with a new leak, and it's leaking all the way down the side of the truck. So what was it? Well, I had washed the truck and cleaned it, and then drove it on into Denver, which was 45 miles from where I cleaned it. And all this was saturated. This is the oil filter housing. Oil filter hangs off of here. It's in there. But anyway, so I cleaned it again and started up, and I noticed puddles coming down this spot right here. Well, that is way up, buried up inside that motor, and I thought I'd have to take half the motor apart to fix it. But when I was in Denver, I was able to get these O-rings, and so today's my first day. My hand got cut open the first day when I was home. I fell in the truck, so kind of put it off. But anyway, so I decided to go ahead and take this housing down. It will not come down in one piece, and I got it all cleaned up in gasoline over there, and got it all ready to go back together, and I was hoping I could get it up there in one piece. Well, can't get it up there in one piece either. So what I got to do, I was hoping I could at least get this up there and then slide that up there. Well, it won't let me do that neither. So what I had to do to get it down is I had to lower it to where I could get to these bolts here, which are these bolts here, and I was able to separate it where I was able to drop it the rest of the way down. Well, I was hoping I could at least get it together with these pieces put together, but that's not happening. So I'm gonna have to put it back up in there the same way it came out, which means I gotta kind of get this worked up in there, and then I gotta work this up in there, and then I gotta magically have 5 arms and get these bolts put together and torque them, and then lift it up into place, and maybe get these 2 bolts or one of those 2 bolts, and then some of these bolts in. Anyway, so it's a lot of I got banged up, things have fallen on my head, I've got grease in my eyes, I've been having lots of fun with it. So, and Ruthie comes diddle-daddling along from her wonderful day. Come down here, wanted to make videos, and I'm not so much in the video making mode, but if you want to know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going on.
So what are those parts called that are in your hands?
This is the oil filter housing. Your oil filter, this thing in this little grease bucket down here, that oil filter, it goes on the bottom of this, and it was leaking, and it goes way up in here, and it doesn't go together easily. See, it looks like it will go, but it won't go. You think it will go, but it won't go. You think it'll come out, but it won't come out. So I'm just very fortunate that I didn't have to take the oil cooler itself, and that's what you're looking at, off. Because if I did, I'd have to drain all the fluids, because that's water. I had to take that off. I'd have to take that off, and I'd take that off. So fortunately, I was able to get it off. Wasn't easy, and it didn't come out easy, and it ain't going back together easy. I've tried. All I did is bang my head. So anyway, so that's what's going on.
All right, Stephen. Well, I'm sorry I wasn't here to help you with that. I don't know how I would have helped you anyway, but that's not always, when I can't be here to help you, that's very frustrating when I can't be here to help you.
Okay, so that has to go that far. So, and then I got to get this dude up there without knocking out my O-rings, without getting any more grease in my eyes. So, I'll show you, ladies and gentlemen, what I have to do here. My arm is getting tired fast, so I have to separate the two and get them up there and then put them together while they're up there, holding it with one hand. And then from there I can move it up.
Yes, this is Wednesday, and Stephen's been home since last Thursday, and he had an incident with his hand last Thursday. He hurt his hand really bad. So he's been trying to let that heal up. He probably should have had stitches, probably. Do you think it was deep enough for stitches? You probably could have used some stitches.
Watch the falling grease balls.
So, Stephen, they told me today that I am in a new weight category. I'm in a new weight bracket now. So,
What weight category is that?
like they have category 1, category 2.
So you're in category what?
Gee.
I thought you said it was 1 and 2.
Oh, no, they have multiple.
They have category 1 and 2, and
then they have.
What category are you in? B.
No,
so
they.
You're in a total different category. Everybody else is in 1 and 2, and you're in B.
Actually, they called them divisions. And divisions are done by like how many pounds you are in a certain category. They divide it up, and so now that I forgot exactly what the range is, but now that I'm 190 pounds, I'm not. I guess I'm in Division 1. I think I was in Division 2, and I'll have to verify that. But anyway, the weight recorder was talking about how I'm in a different weight division now because of my significant weight loss. And if I might could lose another 50 pounds by this time next year. That would put me at 140. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Well.
And Stephen, he's lost 70 pounds.
That's why they call us big belly rebuilds, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Oh, yesterday we had, it was fun. Stephen was getting his annual DOT physical for his chiropractic, and we were talking about our channel.
I was getting my annual DOT physical chiropractic. That did not make any sense. Ladies and gentlemen, Ruthie B's not making any sense. It's getting that time of month that she can't think. Anyway, so I had to do my physical for my CDLs yesterday. That's every 2 years. Used to be every 4 years, but now it's every 2 years.
And we were there, and we were talking about our YouTube channel and passing out our decals. And so this office secretary, the secretary of the person that Stephen was seeing, she said she saw Big Belly Rebuilds, and she got real excited. And she's like, Big Belly Rebuilds? I need to rebuild my big belly. She said something to that effect. And so she thought at first that we were just strictly like a fitness channel. Didn't you get that impression that at first she thought that we were like
Yeah, that's what she was thinking, but the Big Belly Rebuilds really plays on a lot of things in our life. Because yes, we've had the challenge of getting our bellies back into shape. Ruthie's still in the process, but we are in that window of life right now, getting older, middle-aged, and having to learn how to take care of oneself and eat correctly and getting your physique back in condition. Starts off by learning how to eat the right nutrition, and the weight will come off. And then there's the fact that our lives have taken different directions, and we're having to rebuild our lives. And then there's the constant having to build things like this truck and the motorcycles and the cars and so on and so on.
But yeah, but at first she did have the impression, I know she did initially, that
we were just a weight loss channel.
Right. Well, I mean, it's an easy assumption to make.
YouTube puts us in the weight loss category.
And she's like, well, I need to talk to you all about rebuilding my belly. And then it was so funny because when Stephen was being seen by the doctor, the secretary, she came out of her desk spot, her where she her computer spot. She came out into the waiting room and made a special point to come talk to me in the waiting room. And she said, "Now tell me how I can rebuild my belly." And I was telling her about keto, but I also explained to her that our channel was not like a weight loss channel. Although we have lots of videos about Steven losing his weight. In fact, we have
Not
a whole...
like losing it, but keeping it off and
Keeping it
staying
off.
healthy. I had to lose my weight to stay healthy because I had gotten kidney disease from being out of shape, eating the wrong foods.
Yeah, and we thought it was going to kill you.
Yep, but it didn't.
And so I told her, I said, well, we have a whole playlist dedicated to Steven talking about his keto. We have a whole playlist just talking about keto. And then I was telling her how I had lost 50 pounds, although today it was official. I know that women typically don't like to talk about their weight, and I wouldn't typically talk about my weight, but I'm just beaming head to toe that I clocked in at, weighed in rather at 190 today, and I was 240, now I'm 190. So yeah, the name of our channel is very memorable. And people aren't gonna forget, oh, Big Belly Rebuilds?
Yeah, people hear that name and they look at us and they'll say, shouldn't it be Skinny Bellies? And I go, no, it shouldn't be. Because it didn't get that skinny belly. Naturally, it had to be worked. Had to get it. Had to earn it. Okay, I got it up there. Folks, it's up there. So that's what it is. It's the oil filter housing. Now that you're looking at it on the motor, you can tell what it is. But yes, it was when I first noticed the leak, it was coming from way up in there, and I thought I had to tear the whole freaking motor apart. And even though I had to tear the whole motor apart, what I did have to work on has been a battle. But we got it back up there, so we're heading in the right direction.
And Steven is a very hard worker. And I'm really proud of my Steven. Did you get rained on? It rained in Katie's.
Yeah, it rained. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this bolt back in there. Wow. I forgot that bolt came out when I had it moving around. Now I gotta try to figure out how to get it back in. And I gotta take this wheel off because I got a leaking wheel seal. I was gonna do that side over there because I noticed when I turned to the right when I was going down the freeway, I could hear a whoa. And I thought, oh, I'll have to check my wheel bearings. And I thought it was the driver's side, but now that I'm working on it, I can see a little bit of oil on that brake pad. So looks like it was this one and not the other one.
Is there something to show down there?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so that pad is wet. You see that pad right there? That's wet. It should be dry like that. It's wet. That means got a wheel bearing leaking. And I've been here, like I said, I've been hearing a roar only when I'm turning to the right and all the weight on the truck's leaning. You can, it kind of, not a big roar, it just, you can hear a different sound. And I knew something was going on. Again, I thought it was the driver's side, but turns out it's this one here. So I'll probably have to replace the bearings in it too. But best to find out that way than, you know, in worse ways. And there could be really bad ways when it comes to bearings. Away when it was raining.
Well, how heavy did it rain? I mean, it
rained enough for me to get the tarp out, put things away.
Well, today just confirmed why I would never want to own a convertible. We have 2 people in our tops group that have convertibles. 3 people actually that drive convertibles. And they always leave the top down. And I've asked them, I said, have you ever gotten stuck where it just had a spontaneous cloud burst and your convertible was down, you weren't planning on it raining? And all of them have said, no, that's never happened. Well, guess what? It was bright and sunny when we went into our tops meeting today. And when we came out, it was raining and their cars were being rained on.
So you're the one that caused it to rain. Huh?
Oh, I caused it to rain?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would never want to own a convertible for the fear of accidentally
that's a bunch of
leaving the top down and then having it rain.
That's a bunch of horse panaki.
Well, I mean, just think about the way we have cloud bursts around here, like spontaneous rain showers. And then it could be bright and sunny and no chance of rain, and you go into a meeting and then you come out and it's raining and you left your top down on the convertible. Well, 3 people had their cars being rained on today. And I thought, well, that just confirms it. I would never want to do that. Not to mention, if you were like in some big city or something and you left your top down, and somebody could be sitting in your car when you come back to it. That'd be kind of creepy if somebody, you come back to get your car and you left your top down and somebody could be sitting in your car. I wonder how you would handle that.
Shoot him in the head.
But yes, the weather around here is like that. It's very spontaneous. It's you can have a gorgeous day and then go into a building and then come out and it'd be raining. So, Stephen, the reporter was texting me this morning, trying to finalize some details.
Is that right?
Yes. Yes. She was wanting to make sure she had all her T's crossed and her I's dotted.
Is that right?
Yes, we have some exciting news.
Yeah, we'll tell you about it when it happens.
When it happens, yeah. And it may happen tomorrow. Pretty exciting stuff. Something that could really advance our channel. If the Lord allows it. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and try to get this up on YouTube, Stephen. Is there any lasting thoughts or words before I close this one video out?
Yeah, kiss my butt.
What? No! I might have have to edit that out. For real.
Yeah, don't forget to keep your safety glasses on. You know, it doesn't feel good to have grease balls in your eye.
Do you want me to get your safety glasses for you?
No, it's too late. My eyes are already full of grease balls.
All right, Steven, I love you. I'm going to go try to get this on the channel.
All right, well, have fun.
Love you, Steven.
I love you too.
You be careful now.
Okie dokie.